Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today Jules and I are back in the motorhome and we're heading north. Yes, further north than Yorkshire. As you may know, we regularly stay at the Camping and Caravanning Club Site. The Camping and Caravanning Club recently challenged me to a summer of why not? So I thought, why not try Scotland? Yes, Jules and I have never toured Scotland, either in our caravan or our motorhomes. So in this video, we're heading just over the border to Jedburgh. So Jedburgh is the largest town between Newcastle and Edinburgh. In this video, we're going to arrive at the club site, have a look at that site, the facilities there, and then we're going to walk into Jedburgh itself because it's only a very short walk, try out a couple of cafes, visit the Jedburgh Abbey and the Castle Jail. And some of these things are actually free to see and others there's just a very small fee. So I'm quite excited to get up there into Scotland and find out what's on offer. So let's dive in the motorhome and hit the road. And here we are on our pitch at Jedburgh Camping and Caravanning Club Site. We actually arrived yesterday, so now it's the next day. We've had a quiet night and let's get started. So the drive in, because we were coming from Newcastle, we then took from the A1, we came up the 696 and then onto the 68. And the scenery was spectacular and there were a few places to pull in. So we took our time, we pulled in and enjoyed the scenery as we made our way out of England and into Scotland. Jedburgh is about 10 miles from the actual border itself. So we're about 10 miles into Scotland and then we made our way here into Jedburgh and onto the club site. As you arrive, you go over a little bridge. The access is easy, it's straightforward. And when we arrived for our 1 p.m. check-in, we were met by Peter, who was very welcoming and explained where everything is on the site. So the Jedburgh site, it's quite a small site, which is nice. It's got a very friendly feel to it. You can't get lost. There's one facility block, and that's actually there just behind me. So we've made our way onto the site, we've trundled down and we are here on pitch 17. So it just gives you an idea where we are. And when I say it's quite a small and compact site, there's literally a few pitches just in front of me and then a few pitches behind me. And then there's some more as we drove in, which I'll show you as Jules and I make our way back up the campsite. On site, there is obviously a facility block, there's grass and electric pitches, and they take the usual, all the leisure vehicles and tents. So how much does this cost? Well, in terms of pricing for 2 people at the end of July when Jules and I are here, it's £32 a night. I have got a discount code. I never normally get discount codes for things these days, but I have got a discount code because we are doing this content in collaboration with the Camping and Caravanning Club. So if you enter HWT10, I'll put all the links down here as always, you can actually get 10% discount on your booking for the rest of 2025 if you book between the 1st of August and I believe it's the 14th of August. So if you book in the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to get 10% off your booking. There are some terms and conditions. I'll put them down there and then you can obviously understand what that's about. So what Jules and I are going to do now, I'm going to lock the motorhome up, don't worry, and then we're going to trundle back up the road. So this is the road down through the Jedburgh campsite. We're going to wander back up there. We'll have a quick look at the toilet block as we go. There is a motorhome service point. It's quite a good one. We used it yesterday. We'll have a look at that and reception, and then we're going to venture out and we're going to go down into Jedburgh, so it is walking distance. There is public transport nearby as well. There's some bike routes, but we're just going to wander down into Jedburgh and take a look at the things that are there to see. The first thing we're going to see is the town centre as we go down. Then we're going to go to the Abbey, and then we're going to jail. Yes, Jules and I are going to the Jedburgh Castle Jail. There's other things to see as well. Mary Queen of Scots there's a Mary Queen of Scots museum in the town centre. And if you want to go further afield, you've got Kielder Forest, you've got Coldstream, you can go back into Northumberland, or you can go and explore other parts of Scotland, including Lauder and Edinburgh. Right, less talking, more moving, and hopefully we're going to find a nice coffee shop for some lunch and some cake. First of all, our stop is the facility block here, as we saw from our pitch. So we have the ladies here on the left and the gents on the right. There's toilets and showers. They are quite dated, but they're absolutely spotlessly clean, and there are accessible showers and toilets within each of the men's and the women's facilities. In terms of getting water, if you're caravanning or you just need water, there's a water tap here and grey waste disposal as well. The chemical disposal is here. There's also a laundry room and washing up facility just around that corner as well. Jules and I came in over the bridge, which is just here. So this is a bridge we came over, and then we drove down here and we parked just here on the left hand side. So when you arrive, come in, stop here. It says new arrivals, please stop here, and then a member of the site staff come out, which is what normally happens. They'll go through your booking and then they'll take you to a pitch. You get a choice of pitches. If they take to one you're not happy with it, you can obviously choose another one, but that's the way the Camping and Caravanning Club operate if you've seen our other videos. So we stopped here. The reception is here. They have got a small shop in there as well, I believe. I can see an ice cream sign. So that is the reception, and obviously then you head off to find your pitch. Now, next to the bridge is where we're going to find the waste facility. So all the bins there at the top of the site, so they're just in one place. This is where we're also going to find the motorhome service point. So this is where Jules and I came when we arrived on the site, and that's situated just up here. So on that service point, you've got a drive over grey waste. You've also got the fresh water tap to fill your tanks. And I say that's just there. The chemical disposal is down at the main facility block. What Jules and I are going to do now is go head back over the bridge and go into Jedburgh town centre. To get there, you want to do a left turn. There is a path as well. The site team can explain that to you. The path runs literally before we get to the road and go down into the town. We're going to go on the road and head down that way. There is across the road the Jedburgh Woolen Mill, so you can do a bit of shopping, and there's also a coffee shop in there, and then there's Border Meringues as well. That's just on the left down there. I think that's where Jules and I are going to go for lunch, so hopefully we will see you there on our travels. We're going to venture off on foot. We will next see you in the town centre at Marketplace, where we're going to have a look around there and then continue to see the other bits and pieces. This is Jedburgh Abbey. So this was built in the 1100s, and it actually took about 70 years to build, which by current standards, that's pretty good going, to be fair. So yeah, that was built, and it's one of the most complete abbeys that still remain today. If you want to tour the grounds, you can. It's £7.50 per adult, so £15 for a couple. The entrance is actually at the far side, so you can't get within the grounds unless you do pay to go in. The entrance is near a car park as well. The car park's on Newcastle Road, so that's the other side of the Abbey. And if you're coming in your motorhome and not stopping on the site, or you've got mobility issues, you can drive down and park in that car park. It's suitable for motorhomes and it's free as well. And then you're literally a minute's walk to the entrance to get into the Abbey and the Abbey Museum. So yeah, £7.50, I don't think that's too bad value. And there's also an audio tour that you can listen to as you go round. So there we go. I haven't got any more exciting facts and figures to tell you. In terms of where we're stood right now, Jules and I, there's Marketplace is through there. If you can see sort of the bunting that's hanging, that's Marketplace as you come through Jedburgh town. And then there's this beautiful church. It was actually just the bells were going off a little while ago, which was really nice. So yeah, beautiful little church. And then obviously the Abbey and the grounds itself. You do get a really good view from the other side as well. So do make sure you wander around the whole area and have a look. There's coffee shops as well dotted about, places to eat. And I believe in the Newcastle Road car park that I've just mentioned, there's also a pizzeria and a cafe there. Right, let's continue on with our tour. This is Jedburgh Castle Jail. It was originally a castle, and then in the 1800s it became a jail. So this is where all the bad guys were put in prison, and gals. I don't know where they put girls in prison back then, I'm not sure what they did, but this is the prison. So you can see the sort of remnants of the castle, the turrets as you go around, the high wall. The really good thing about this is actually free to visit. You can make a donation, so if you do come, obviously I do encourage you to make a donation. You can book a ticket online, a free ticket, to obviously book your place to come and visit the jail. So what I've done is, if we just start back here, and what a view. I mean, this Jedburgh is absolutely stunning. It is a beautiful town. We have walked from over there, that is where the club site is. We've come down and then we've come through Marketplace, and then Jules and I have walked up this hill. It is quite steep, so you know, think about your own mobility. We've come up through these gates and then up this driveway. I'm not sure about accessibility of the actual jail itself. I will put a link in the description, so obviously you can check all that out for yourself. But then you come up and you walk up into the entrance here. So this is where you're going to walk through to continue your tour. So it's very, well, it's lovely. What's really interesting as well, there's no prisoners here now. We're not going to have like a prison visit day. What is interesting though is apparently it's well known for hauntings, and you can book to do supernatural and paranormal investigations. So if you are a little bit into the supernatural and ghosts, this could be a really good place to come. I'll let you into a secret. I actually am. I love stuff like that. So yeah, and you can just see, so this is literally where we've come. The entrance, so when you continue your tour, it's all well signposted. You can see a board there. So you go into there and start the tour around. And as I say, free, or you can make a donation. I'm going to have a little potter about, see if I can see some ghosts. So yeah, I'm going to go crack on and do that. If you think the walk's a little bit too far, there is a car park. So if you come past the entrance at the bottom where we started here, continue up the road, turn left, it's well signposted, and then in here there's some car parking here where you could get a small motorhome and a camper van, and there's also some parking if you continue round the corner as well. No overnight parking allowed though, so that's the car park space. What Jules and I are going to do now is we're going to go and get something to eat. As you know, that's one of our favourite things to do. There's a couple of cafes I want to try out. One of them is back near the campsite. It's called Border Meringues. There's a coffee shop there that's meant to be very good. As we walk past, we're going to go past the Jedburgh Woolen Mill. There's also a good cafe in there. So we'll pick one of the two. Jules and I go trot back through Jedburgh, taking it all in, and we will next see you in a coffee shop, probably with some cake. We've walked down from the jail, which is up there. Thankfully they didn't keep us in. We've got released for good behaviour, and for good behaviour I've got an ice cream. So we've come down. This is Abbey Bridge. This was the car park I was telling you about, and the coffee shop. I do takeaway. Good sized ice cream, only £3. So yeah, Scotland, look at the value. It's like Yorkshire, but they speak Scottish. And we got some cakes. Jules has got a latte. He's currently got that in his hand. And behind me is the Abbey where we started, which was obviously at the other side. So what we're going to do is Jules and I are going to have these, and then we'll make our way back up to the camping and caravanning club site. After our exciting travels around the Abbey and the jail, really good, really nice down in Jedburgh, and the river, you can do some beautiful river walks, but we've just decided to walk back so we can go to the cafe. I have had a look at the sort of path that the site team mentioned, And if you don't walk near the road, that path's great. And it literally as well pops out at the rear of the cafe as well. So that's the road to the site. To carry on back to the campsite, we turn right, or they say the path's behind me. So we're going to give Border Meringues a go. Coffee shop, you can take away the food, tables outside, tables inside. So yeah, let's dive in there, get some lunch, and hopefully have a look at some cakes. Come on then, let's go get some food. We've had our lunch. I had an egg mayo sandwich and some chips that I shared with Jules very kindly, and he had a coronation chicken wrap, and we've got some cakes to take away. So we're now going to head back down to the motorhome, enjoy some cakes and have a quiet afternoon. So I shall next see you on the pitch while I'm fully sugared out enjoying these. And there we go, that was Jedburgh. So we did the town centre, the Abbey, the jail, the coffee shop, probably my favourite bit, and then here we are back on the pitch. We've had a really good time. One would say if you're making your way up into Scotland, or you're coming from Scotland down into England, then this is a great stopover for a few days. Really lovely little town, plenty of things to do, and you can walk there from your pitch. You're not having to worry about how you're going to get about, and you can use this as a great base for exploring. I'll leave all the links as usual down here to the club and the couple of bits and pieces that we've been and visited while we've stayed here. Don't forget, you can use that code HWT10 from now to around the 14th or 15th of August for bookings for the rest of 25 with the Camping and Caravanning Club. There are some terms and conditions, but do have a read of those. I think that just about sums it all up. So in terms of the summer campaign and why not try something new, we've tried our first part of our Scotland tour and we've really enjoyed it. And thank you very much to Peter and his team here for a very warm welcome. We've had a really good time. Right, Jules and I are going to jump back in the Sportivo in the morning, and we're going to make our way next to Dunbar, which is near Edinburgh, and we'll be up on the coast. So we will next see you at the Dunbar Camping and Caravanning Club site. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.